my topic for today that I want to discuss is night terrors in adults, specifically me. I have been having night terrors since I was a kid, and I am wondering if anyone else has adult night terrors as well, because when you Google night terrors, why am I getting night terrors? Why do I wake up screaming? It all says why your child wakes up screaming. Your child will grow out of this. Don't worry. Is your child having trouble sleeping? So I am just wondering if there are other adults out there who have this similar issue. And what I'm talking about is waking up screaming because something is coming to get you. I have 3 instances that I want to illustrate for you, to just so you can kind of understand what I'm describing here. The first time that this really happened publicly, unfortunately, was I was sleeping at my friend Katie's house, and I had slept there multiple times. Her bed was always against the wall, and she would sleep on the outside and protect me from the monsters and the door. And suddenly she decided to move her bed so that I was in the middle of the room and I was facing the door. Which was careless on her end, obviously. But I have some guilt because at 3 a.m, I wake the entire house up because I have a blood-curdling scream. And her mom and dad and 2 brothers rush into the room to defend us from whatever is clearly attacking us. And they just see just us laying there. And I say, okay. I regret this, first of all. I didn't plan on this. She moved her bed. And so I think we should be focused on, like, why was that necessary? Because it was totally fine against the wall. Everything was fine. And now all of a sudden it's like, I want to like redecorate and I have to apologize. But I will, because I feel bad. You're all in here. I interrupted your sleep. Is there anything I can do? I'd love to have my parents take you out to dinner. But honestly, get back to bed, you guys, because you work hard and we're good here. False alarm. Basically, false alarm. So that was like the first instance. I was never invited back to sleep over ever again after that. When I had COVID, caused the second major incident, which I was laying in bed, sleeping downstairs, Nate sleeping upstairs because we were both really sick and it was just better that way. And all of a sudden, it looks an awful lot like somebody is crawling through my bedroom window. So obviously, that's, you gotta like escape if that happens. So I bust out of bed. I open my door and I run down the hall, screaming at the top of my lungs, frantic, just like screaming. I run upstairs. Nate's already like, what the hell? I'm rushing towards him, naked, butt-ass naked, covered in sweat, screaming, my eyes wide, and he's like, what's going on? And I'm like, somebody is crawled through the bedroom window. And he's like, we're on the 3rd floor. How would that happen? And I'm like, because, look, I'm pretty, okay. This may have been a miscommunication. I'm like almost positive that somebody was crawling through the window, but it doesn't look like they stayed. I feel like they left. So if they're not here, if it's not like a current threat, then I'm like, let's just, again, like, I apologize, but I just want to make sure, I wanted to make sure everything was okay. Are you doing okay? Like, how are you feeling? Sorry about that again. And then the final incident was literally 3 months ago at my parents' house. I'm asleep in the guest bedroom. It's pitch black, which is a bad choice for me, but I, didn't put a nightlight on. So I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like, I'm about to fucking die. So I flail my arms and I knock over a glass of water right in front of the door. And I can't get out because there's shattered glass all over. I have no shoes and I can't reach the door to leave. So I'm trapped in the room like a fucking sim where you delete the door and they're just like, and I'm like, okay, but I've screamed. So like my parents are clearly gonna like come in and check on me. No one comes. They don't give a shit. So I have to find a blanket to like throw it down and give myself, and then like kind of scooch it over so I can leave. If you say, you know what, that might be a sign of like a deeper issue. Like I've never heard of that. Like that might be like more of like a mental health issue. I'm telling you right now, don't even say it. Don't even go there. I have a team of therapists. I'm just looking for like, ha ha ha. Oh my God, listen to what I did. I am always seeing bats dive bomb me in the bed. I don't I don't know what the significance of the bat is. I've never seen a bat in real life. I'm not afraid of them. Literally don't care. But all of a sudden they're constantly in my bedroom. I have literally dove under the covers and rolled out of the edge of the bed to avoid being dive bombed by a bat before. Not just before, multiple times this has happened. So again, and Nate couldn't care less. Every time I have a night terror, I could scream at the top of my lungs. He won't even open his eyes anymore. He's just like, it's fine, you're fine, you're fine. And I'm like, that one was real. That one felt really real. And he's like, shut up. Can anybody recommend like a happy, that's what I would love. Like uplifting, but not corny, or like romantic books where they're like intriguing, good stories, good writing. But I'm like, oh, wow, that's so fun. I feel good about life. That's kind of what I'm looking for. My friends are really into murder mysteries. They call them psychological thrillers. And I say, maybe that's not the best thing to recommend to me, someone who wakes up screaming already, but thank you. So any suggestions you might have? Because I guess that's the thing. Like everything that I've done extensive research and I'm looking, because everything says like your child will grow out of this. And I'm just wondering like at what point does the child grow out of it?